Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Black Table. Of course, on every evening, every Friday evening to be precise, we're here, we come together, we rendezvous, and we're only here for one reason, to make you people annoyed. I'm joking. Of course, it's the Black Table. It's the Ultimate Men's Guide. I'll be your host this evening. My name is Olamide. And of course, this evening, we're going to be diving deep into the currents of masculinity, slicing through the noise of the week's headlines, and serving up some straight talk on all things manly. Some say we're controversial. Some say we're just catching crews. I say we're being men, real men. And on every edition, of course, I do not do this alone. I am joined by esteemed gentlemen who speak the absolute truth without holding back. It is, after all, the Ultimate Men's Guide. And tonight, our main topic will be about the battle of generations. Is respect a right, or is it something you have to earn? Well, like I said, I wouldn't be doing this alone. And of course, I've got a full squad. To my left is a man that I can describe as well-traveled, been around the world.
You are my mentor. I'm wearing glasses
done
like
everything.
You now.
We call him Rich Uncle.
Done everything. No.
The people call him something else, but we can't say it right here. Rich Uncle. Nice to have you in the building.
Yep.
And
I'm trying to be like you now. I don't wear glasses.
No, I've stopped wearing
On
dark
TV.
shades because,
That's
I've been
when I
called out
started,
a few times.
May I just start?
And of course, to my right, someone I've known for many years. I call him the originator of Nigerian skits, and he's been doing very well in other things. He talked about some of his very interesting, bad. Okay, let me leave it at that. But
I hope you don't put me in
but yes, they say everybody.
I'm trying to go back home. All right, I'm trying to go back.
Everybody needs a deck. Everybody needs a deck in their life.
Yeah.
Keyword, you are trying.
At least we know they do skating.
Don't worry,
At least
don't worry.
You know, go advertise my market. I'm an MC.
We call him the premium
I'm
one.
called the premium MC.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes.
You know,
Welcome
because
back.
if
How
we're
was
not
your trip?
eating skits money now, let's at least eat one money. At least.
At all.
That ain't bad.
Don't worry, you eat. And of course, the man with the wisdom who, always brings something fresh, something new, something wise, something deep. He goes by the name Gang, the mayor of.
I'm not the mayor of that time. Zainab was the one that gave me that fake title.
Zainab was right to have you, named the mayor of.
She has
she
has her reasons. Don't call me.
Yes. By the way, for those who don't know,
nobody even knows I live there.
Zainab is one of the producers of the show. She's one of two female producers who produce the show.
One of the most amazing producers.
Some people don't know that the show actually has female involvement.
producers.
Yes.
You know?
So you see the irony of that.
No, but the funny thing about it is that everything that comes out of your mouth just sounds vulgar, though.
Pause. Everything that what?
Everything that comes out of your mouth just sounds like.
Okay,
oh,
my mouth, just my
Rich
mouth.
Uncle, are you going to resume what Mazino used to do?
No, never.
So
Like,
leave
no.
Let Gang breathe.
Rich Uncle is my guy. See, I'm repping Rich Uncle.
no, because first time you
repping
said
Rich Uncle.
chop something, I'm like, what is this guy?
There isn't going to be a bromance.
No.
No, there isn't going to be a bromance.
Okay.
Uncle is my
But
G.
anyways, it's a Good Friday.
Very good one.
Yes,
that.
it is.
It's been such a beautiful day so far, and obviously we're going to end the night with a big bang. Yes, I meant a big bang in a good way.
Right. Get it.
So, like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about something that has to do with the battle of generations. Is respect something, given or taken? We'll be finding out more right after the short break. It is the Black Table. Please stay tuned. All right, welcome back. It is the Black Table, the Ultimate Men's Guide, and tonight we have a couple of quick fires that we're going to be talking about. And the first one I'm going to be sharing here is a very funny one, and it was put out by a vlogger who talked about 10 rules that a man must adhere to if you're dating a married woman. Yes. 10 different rules that a man must follow if you're dating a married woman. But before we break it down, I need to ask this question at different stages of your lives. I'm going to start with Deck first. Have you?
Why me?
Have you?
Why?
Then calm down. I'm not even asking you the question
Do I
yet.
look
Calm
like a
down.
married
Have you
woman guy?
ever dated a married woman?
No.
Okay. All that. Gang.
My wife.
Why?
No.
Why?
You know what I'm saying?
Married when you started dating.
No, I'm still dating her. Our relationship is so fresh and unique.
He's trying to dodge the
You know?
bullets.
Okay.
But rich uncle, what about you?
But single girls never finish now. Like, I don't
Okay.
understand. Though.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyways,
There's a lot of complication now.
But wait, let me
Married
ask you a
woman.
question. Is it possible
I've
to
dated a
date
married woman
somebody?
before.
A married. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold
I have
on.
paused.
Hold on.
Stop,
now.
stop,
Press
pause.
This is
Wait
the right.
now.
Take it back. Say that again.
Say it again.
I have dated a married woman before
Okay.
while I was single.
That's
You knew
what
she
I'm
was married.
saying.
Yeah.
You
So
knew
let
she was
hold
married.
on.
I knew.
Olamide, hold
You
on.
did.
Hold on now. Calm down.
Wait, a
See,
gentleman
I was about to-
never spills.
Olamide, I was
Never.
about to take you out of this pickle.
But I'm
No.
inside.
The
What
question
did
is simple.
Okay.
Is it possible that you could have dated a married woman and you didn't even know that she was married?
I knew she was
possible.
married.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going
But
to
he
try and. So, but what I'm saying is this: this happened when I was much younger,
controlling.
when I was a bit more adventurous, and I was looking,
So you just looking
to
at it,
finding some,
Different
No, but so how did
different
that go?
flavors.
Wait,
Yeah.
how did that go? You just walked up to her and said, hey, I kind of like
So,
you.
warning out there: never do it. It is very dangerous. It's going to
So our
mess
husband
you up.
almost killed you. Our husband almost killed you.
No, I never met a husband. Yeah, I
was
never
she
met
good?
a husband. But it got a bit dangerous.
How?
It got a bit dangerous because all the rules
You've
this
lived
lady
life.
set out.
Zane, bro,
Yeah,
I hear me
I
out,
follow
man.
it, yeah.
Like,
Now, I'm not trying to.
This is not about me,
Rich
buddy.
uncle,
It's not about you.
Rich uncle, you seem very
I'm just
fascinated.
honest one here.
intrigued.
I'm just honest one here. It's
But
not about
sometimes
me. Yeah.
people need to understand. And
no,
I,
but
I
how
say
did you
this.
go? So did you step up to her or did she step to you?
No, it's of course I wouldn't have stepped up to her.
She stepped up.
It started without, Wait, why am I? Wait,
It's
wait,
okay,
why am I
no.
confessing?
Stop
Please tell
it.
your babalawo it has expired.
wait,
Wait, that's
wait,
not
wait.
No, but
working.
okay. But did you guys?
Olamide is the presenter here. Why are you asking
I'm
him
not gonna
questions?
say-
Talking about the past.
I'm not going to say
It's
anything.
the obvious has
Yeah.
happened. But let's not take away the fact that sometimes I tell people a lot of wives are still attractive.
Okay.
Do you understand? It doesn't
Okay.
change the fact that because you're married, you're no longer an attractive
woman.
person. All of us here were married. Our wives are still hot.
Where I'm still married.
All of us were still married. And we know our wives are still hot enough and attractive to other people. You get what I'm saying? Let me give you an example. If I gave you the opportunity to be with Beyonce today, wouldn't you want to have that opportunity?
No.
But Beyonce is a married woman. If I told you to be with Rihanna, wouldn't you want to be with Riri? She's also somebody's woman. You get where I'm coming from?
Okay.
So what I'm saying now is that in the celebrity spotlight, there are a lot of married women who are married and are still hotties. You get where I'm coming from? So it's understandable that other people might want to be with them
So
in
I
general.
think I really appreciate what you're saying, and I'll come in from another perspective.
As you always do.
Yes, absolutely. You know me now. I will come in from another angle. So the thing is, for me, before I got married,
So you said
I used to no.
It's
So I
okay.
used to
You
like
don't
to
confess.
date people who were older than me,
Yeah.
not married.
Oh. Okay.
Now, so that's a different thing entirely. So most of the time, in fact, for one reason or the other, I used to be very attractive to older ladies.
You like
know,
tapping.
there was a girl-
That
No,
means
no,
there's
there
a
was a-
possibility you are with someone and didn't know.
I didn't know that. That's why I said.
Oh, I can see.
it
I can see the
possible?
defense that Deck is already
Have
building.
they?
He's already
Yeah,
building it,
yeah.
packing
Well,
it.
we don't
So
Just
there's
say
a
it.
possibility that
There's a
So I'm just
it might have happened and you
I
wouldn't
did
have
not.
known.
I did not. So what I'm saying is this, right? It's possible
That's-
that at some point, whilst you're trying to get someone who is mature, because the rationale behind wanting to be with someone who's older
Yeah.
is mostly somebody who is mature, someone who can understand. Because I was
No, but my-
tired.
okay, so my
I was
own-
tired of the shenanigans that I was getting from
Okay, but
single
my own
girls,
question
young
is,
girls,
those,
and
that
all
when
of
people
that.
say I like matured women, what does I mean matured?
So maturity
is
is
that
very.
that plays the
Maturity is very diverse, all right? Now, in the way
the
and
conversation?
manner that somebody, engages you in conversation,
And treats you
it's
as
different.
well.
The person treats you, it's different. The way the person carries themselves around you is something you should also
So it
consider.
has nothing to
Okay,
do with
so-
the other
It's-
room.
so guess what? It also has to do with the other room as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Because experience is also key in those places.
Okay,
I've,
so
I've been with somebody who said that.
All right.
I've been with somebody who said that this is how you do it.
Saying that
This
they
is
see
how
all
you
of them,
handle
Okay,
it.
Nah,
okay. You know what?
they
Oh, you know
talk.
what, rich uncle.
Okay.
We know you're a man with vast experience. And
Not like
it's,
you guys, obviously.
and
Obviously, not
it's
like you
important
guys.
that we feed off your.
I'm in Lena where you people are. I swear
It's
down.
But I think spot on. He said something about experience. A lot of times when younger people go out with older people, whether it's male or female, depending on
absolutely.
the situation.
Excuse me.
I'm already laughing. Depending on the situation, it's always about a learning process.
Absolutely.
It's always about something new, something different, something you can feed off, and something you can grow with, and it's that simple.
Let me tell you something. I met with this girl many years ago, and this girl told me
I like that.
I can never date you.
Yeah.
Not because you're not handsome enough, not because you're not the kind of person I want to be with, but you're too young for me to date. The kind of man I want to date is in the list of maybe their 40s.
Now they may
Yes.
die.
No jokes. No jokes. This girl says that
Okay,
I
you know
would date
what?
someone low,
You know what?
younger than this.
The situation is very simple. Everywhere around the world, and I would like to be corrected if I'm wrong. Women are usually more attracted to older guys.
yeah.
So whenever you see the odd opposite, it's mostly because the guy's trying to pick off some sort of experience and learn. I don't know if I flogged this because I'm already in trouble with some of the things I said.
But there was
tonight.
something this lady said in
Yeah,
her
let's take it quickly.
If you listen to the rules she gave, she
Yeah.
gave 10 rules, and a lot of them were very valid. But the last point she gave, the last rule she gave was, do not do it.
Yeah.
The last rule she gave
Which
was,
is what I
do
said.
not
Do not do it.
date or be with a married woman.
It's
Find
not
your
it's
own
not
wife.
worth it. It's very risky.
So
It's
I
very
love that.
risky and it's very unhealthy.
Risky as far as she go on kill you.
No, it's not that. It's risky
You know,
because
there's a Yoruba
because-
proverb that says that "Yàwó tó bá yàn lé, ó máa pa ọkọ." What that means
Translate.
is that a woman who
has a side
cheats,
nigga.
who cheats will
kill
kill
the
the
men,
husband.
who's kill the men
And the
or
reason why that is because the idea is that some
I like
men
that
tend to
saying.
be very very jealous.
Yeah.
All right, and very domineering, especially with the woman that they're with. Right. So what that means is that in the case that the girl is now saying, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
The guy would ask why, and the girl will say, but I have a
married.
husband. Okay.
Like
The guy will figure out
Yeah, exactly.
how to
There's just
unalive the
too
husband.
many complications
There are too many
involved,
things,
so-
No,
you
but I
know.
think life generally is complicated.
Yeah,
so,
but that's
yes.
more complicated. Don't do it. Please do not do it.
After
All
you
right,
don't
let's
do
move
it.
on to the
Move
next
on.
quick fire. Okay, let me just quickly say something. I have a rule. Try everything once. That's my rule. Try everything once.
You should.
Odogu.
You need
Try
to add to that
everything
rule. Try
once.
everything
Odogu.
once. And if it
Except,
doesn't- and if it
except
doesn't
what
kill you-
Didi is doing.
and if it doesn't kill you, do Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Wait. There's a clause. Except what Didi is doing.
What's Didi doing though?
I'm not even going to go
Didi's
into
doing
that.
things.
Didi's doing things, yes.
Let's not go there.
All right, our next quick fire is a very interesting one. Over the last couple of weeks and in previous episodes, we've talked about how there's a sense of entitlement going on around in the younger generation and especially women. But this story has to do with a guy who eats 5 million naira, which is small money. But he gave his girlfriend her 100,000, and there was this uproar on social media with different
Why?
people talking about why
I love
would
how
he give,
Rich Uncle just
give-
said why.
yeah.
No, but why? I don't get
Why
it.
would
casual.
people?
Why?
Why would he give out 100K? I mean, that's his girlfriend. For Christ's
but
sake,
give her
that could be
100K and
higher.
take
and,
100K.
yeah,
I dash you out
yeah.
of my
But
money.
what do you think is really the
It is
major
5
issue?
million now. What
Yeah,
are
it's
we
five.
on
It's more
about?
money. Oh.
No, but it is 5 million. He
Yeah.
gave her 100K. She was still chopping the 5 million now. So what's the uproar about?
The uproar is the
It's-
fact that there's so much entitlement.
Oh, wait,
You know,
I don't
and-
understand. Are you supposed to split it to 2.5, 2.5?
Yeah, no,
I
they're
mean,
supposed
like-
to give him
Let
no. So
me
apparently
read. Let me
the
read
expectation is-
what was said on
Okay.
social media. There's this person at it's Empress actually. It's Empress X. She goes, this guy eat 5 million naira and gave his girlfriend 100,000 money for what, please? Bro, is she not supposed to have her own share? maybe 10%. That would be 500,000.
Why?
Giving her 2 million out of 5 million is not much. It shows how much you love her, and she can start something with 2 million naira. Maybe get some nice weaves and all of that.
Wow.
That's
Why?
You know, I was going to say
that's
that.
just me adding to that.
Listen,
Then she goes finally saying, why not help her financially so she can stop depending on you?
I have to
So
give
first
Femi
off,
stick.
relationships are not poverty alleviation scheme.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Let's first understand.
He
that
said
one.
that.
No, let's first understand. This guy has 5 million. He gave you 100K. It's his money. If the roles were reversed, would she give him 100K? She wouldn't even give him a dime.
It depends, though. Some women go the extra mile for the man.
Please,
Some.
1 in a million.
Yeah, but some women do.
No, but that number is very small. Very, very small. And if the guy gives her 100K out of 5 million, it's his money. Let's not forget that it's his money.
Okay.
They're not married. If they were married, it's a different conversation.
So if they were married, what?
Is it different?
If they were married,
If they
is the
were-
wife still entitled to,
If
you
they-
know,
So if they were,
like,
if they were married,
yes.
he would have to lie that he won 3 million if he wants to keep any money at all.
Okay.
Because once your wife knows you have 5 million,
It's
you bring
gone.
6.5 million.
Oti
naira
law.
bill. Oti law. Like, we
law.
all know this
Let me
thing
jump in.
now.
Let me jump in.
All right, gang.
You don't usually jump
What?
in though. You slide
I
it.
did- yes, but there's no lube. So,
Wow. Are we going to... Wow.
so here's my take. A lot
Yeah.
of times I hear like in marriage or relationships, a man's money is our money,
Standard.
Yeah.
but my money is
my
mine.
money, yeah.
So in this situation, Femi has said it. It's his money.
money. It's his
the
money.
fact that he even gave her 100K, she should be grateful.
Grateful.
Because truth be told, after giving her 100K, she's still going to consume from the what's left.
Exactly.
She's still going to be enjoying from it. So he just gave you this thing as he didn't have to give you
He
at
didn't.
all.
He didn't.
So it's not poverty alleviation in terms of the fact that even if he gave you 2 million, at the end of the day, you're still going to chop from the remaining 3M and hold on to your 2M till his finishes, and you won't give him back any money.
Any money.
So people need to understand that what belongs to a man belongs to a man. That entitlement that all of a sudden you deserve half or a third.
So you see what you said, right?
Yeah.
The entitlement is exactly what that's what I, had said earlier on.
Okay, so
When I talked
let's
about the
quickly
fact
use
that-
this scenario, then
Yeah.
you can tell me what you feel. So let's look at a relationship whereby genuinely this lady had invested her time, her money, her body into the relationship. And then,
So before
So
you
that's
go
a
further,
serious
I'm
relationship.
just saying, like, it's that
everything
serious.
she invested, he invested as well. So it's not one-sided.
Okay, I'm just saying.
No, I'm
and
reminding you.
The man
Everything
plays
she
a
invested.
particular role
No,
in
but
the
everything she
relationship.
invested, he invested as well too.
Yeah,
His
definitely.
time, his money, his everything.
It's
So
everything but where. Okay, so now let's look at that kind of relationship.
Right.
And, she's expectant because when the chips were a bit down and low, she was there. So is she still entitled or she's earned the right to ask
So
for
you see,
something?
the thing is this. The first thing I wanted to ask was this money we're even talking about.
where did it come from?
How
sef?
did he get this
Exactly.
Did he work for this money?
Yeah.
Did he win a lottery? Did somebody gift him?
He shall
What
got
is
5M.
He got 5 million.
Yeah.
We don't know how that money came. What if somebody borrowed him the money to do business?
He
You
shall
understand what
got-
I'm saying? So if you get money to do business and you give somebody 100,000 out of money you want to use for business, that means that you have done a great deal of work of being generous to that person. Now, if somebody dashes you that money, sense should tell you that that money should be put to good use.
Yeah.
So whichever or however it is that you look at the dynamics of that money,
Yeah.
it is definitely going to be a major chunk of an investment or a business.
Another thing you need to look at, and one of the people in the comment section said something about that's the reason why you shouldn't be dating or being involved with poor people, or people that have a poor mentality.
Poor mentality. That's
Because
it.
the
That's what
question
I'm
now is,
saying.
how
Yeah.
much was the girl worth? How much does she have? If she had 0 naira and all of a sudden she had 100,000 naira, it's different. If she also has millions and he gives her 100K, it's not a big deal.
That's a gift.
You understand?
you know
That
the
she
funny
should be-
thing.
Because if she was a
that
girl
she
that
should
also had
appreciate.
5 million,
You know the funny
it's not
thing,
a big deal for her.
I agree.
I really like what you've come from with this. The funny thing was earlier today, someone and I were having this conversation, and it was very, very funny. It had to do with him. He met this young girl. He's a married man, by the way, just to be specific. He met this young girl, and they got talking and all of that. And then little by little, she was making him pay for certain things by insinuating things, and him trying to be a gentleman. who had resources.
He's not trying to be a
Wait,
gentleman,
wait,
bro.
wait, wait
Let's
now.
not say
Let
that.
me
He
land.
kept,
Say
he
it
kept
as it is.
obliging.
It kept obliging, little things. So when we're now having this conversation, and I brought it to his realization, oh God,
No, but he's not trying to be a gentleman.
You're a
Mama.
maga.
No, he's not trying to be a
because
gentleman.
the thing is this, and guess what? It's really sad. I'm about to say this. I don't know if I'm right, but it seems like more of the younger generations, like females to be specific, have this sense of entitlement. Like they have this sense of entitlement when you're friends with them. No relationships, no whatever. They expect you to pay for things.
Basically playing the role
It's
of
like
like
playing the role of a boyfriend
It's
or
like what we
something.
said last
And-
week.
Yeah.
What we said last week was a lot of Nigerian women have monetized relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Do you
friendship.
understand? Because
everything.
if I have 5M today, my wife is not expecting me to give her anything. She knows that we have 5M. She knows that we have.
True,
Not
it's-
like you
it's a
have
we
it.
thing.
She knows that we have it. So if she has any needs that are needed from that
You'll
resource,
have to fill in the gap.
I have to
Yeah.
take care of those needs.
Yeah.
And another thing that we need to correct, very importantly, is the notion of a lady has invested time, money. Like, I don't like hearing those things because it normally upsets me. If you are broke and you're dating a broke guy, you are not sticking
You're
with
both
him.
broke
You are
together.
both broke. You are not, there's no, I was there for you when you were
Yeah.
broke. No, you were broke too. Like, that one of, oh, I was there for him when he was broke. No, you were both broke.
Yeah.
Like, because I hear it all the time when women say things like, oh, I knew him when he didn't have money. I was there for him. Like, did you have money? No.
Same.
So why are you broke shaming him? It's the same thing. You're the
Yeah, I
same.
like that, Brooke shape.
Yes, now.
That's no shaming.
doesn't
We're
make any
going to put
sense.
that. And now that we ended that on the note, let's quickly take the next quick fire. And this one is from popular Nigerian pastor. He's always tweeting some interesting things. And this particular one caught my attention.
Relationship.
Yes.
Pastor
Pastor Kingsley
Kingsley.
Okonkwo. Yes, it's very popular.
I need to. He's a pastor. He's not relationship pastor.
No, it's just
Yeah,
his
it's just
AKA.
like because
Just
he
his-
has
he's
a
just
way of
also known
influencing
as-
certain
so he
things.
influences,
He's my pastor
especially
as
on
well,
social
so
media.
Just trying to let you know.
Okay.
Right, we get
noted.
it. We get it.
So we know where your response is coming
Now
from.
we understand you better.
So, I mean, okay, let me just take this then. I'll talk about something he put out some time back, which really caught me, yeah. But yes, in this one, he tweeted, once a man keeps describing himself as an alpha male, sister, just run. That's one of the biggest signs of toxicity. And, you know, it goes on saying other things. Alpha males don't brag. They don't seek to dominate women. Instead, they have, you know, they've learned control and courtesy. Then moving further, he says that they have learned that their strength is not to bully, but to build. Women feel safe and protected around men, not scared, oppressed, and gaslighted. So my question is, who is actually an alpha male in today's society?
I don't even understand where
Yes.
that comes from.
Okay, let me
I understand where
let me
it's
tell
coming
you.
from.
When I saw this post, the first thing I said is, "Where's the lie?" This is absolute truth for people that I see as alpha males. An alpha male is not somebody that says he's an alpha male. It's other people that will be telling you that's the alpha male.
That's the top dog.
He doesn't brag. He doesn't. By the way he moves, you can already tell that this guy is in charge. This guy is a leader. You know, this guy is at the top of the food chain. You can tell.
So
I agree with him.
But then
to
at
an
the same
extent,
time, sometimes, you know, and because of, in terms of relationship-wise, an alpha male, the way he would treat his woman wouldn't be, you know, based on his definition and how he broke it down.
Yeah.
They're not going to be bullying. You get me? They're not going to be, how more, read out more of the things that you said.
okay, so real alpha males don't brag. They don't seek to dominate women. Instead, they have learned control and courtesy.
Exactly.
They're disciplined.
They are the perfect gentle.
So those are some
men,
of the
so,
traits.
Yeah.
No, so but I kind of agree with him to an extent because, like, I had a conversation with someone this week and I said, you can't tell me that you have power until you have power and you don't use it.
Wow.
You don't know
Well
that you
said.
have power
Yeah.
until you have it and you don't use it. Like, imagine somebody stepping to you and you know that you can snap your finger like this and the guy will disintegrate, but you don't. And the guy is disrespecting you.
Yeah.
That's control. However, if he says that there are no alpha males, that means there are no independent women as well too. Because that's the flip side of alpha
No, but
males.
no. He didn't say there are no alpha males.
No, he said, so
He's saying an alpha male
what I'm
does
saying
not brag and tell people,
That
hey,
I'm
I'm an alpha male.
So
Yeah.
that means also
Yeah,
any independent
true.
woman that says I'm an independent woman.
It's not in the
So you know, I was going to relate this to the movies. So you see, have you noticed that most movies, most narcos movies, especially the ones where the bosses are like the bosses of other cartels.
Yeah.
They are bosses, but the way they relate to their women, you will feel like these guys don't have any
power,
say
yep.
or any power. So being an alpha male does not mean that you dominate your wife or you trample on your wife
Exactly.
or you put them down. No.
Exactly.
In fact, a real boss will come out and take care of their family and put their family
First.
at first in such a way that
Yeah.
when you see this person, you know that this person is a boss.
If a lion has
Do you understand what I'm saying?
But if a lion has to tell you I'm a lion, there's a problem.
Yes. No.
You don't need to.
He won't tell you.
I listened to.
He won't tell you.
I think I listened to something Alibaba said many years ago in one of his interviews.
Yeah.
He said, and I quote, "If you have to tell somebody that I am the head of the family,
You're not
Yeah.
there, bro. You're not
Then
there.
you're not in control.
You're not in control.
Yeah, it's that simple. You're not
why
in
are you?
control.
really that simple.
Why are you saying it?
Yeah.
If lion
If you
has
are,
to say,
you will.
if you enter
will
my
know.
cage, I be lion at the back too. Don't be lion.
What you said is so classical. I like the movie reference you made, especially
Yeah.
with Narcos, because if you read and you've watched about Pablo Escobar, even though he might have had a couple of side chicks and mistresses, there was a way he carried his
He
wife.
never disrespected his wife.
Yeah.
There was a
anything.
and there was a
In
level
fact,
of control that
there-
the wife
in-
had over him.
In fact, in the
Yeah.
movie, his side chick tried to disrespect his wife, and he choked her and said,
Yes.
"If you ever try this again,
Yeah.
you will die." Literally.
Wow.
Do you remember the movie
So
300?
he doesn't joke around
Yeah.
with
You
his
remember the
wife.
movie 300?
Yes.
King
Yeah.
Leonidas.
King Leonidas of
As much as he was leading the Spartans, his wife, that was a queen too,
Had
there was
the
a
say,
level of
yeah.
a say that she had
Yeah.
in his rule.
Yeah.
So there's just a way that when you're a king and you're a queen, there's a way you treat your queen that people,
Yeah.
you don't even have to announce it. People know.
You see, let me
You
tell
know,
you
it's-
something.
it's-
you know,
it's-
you have not. I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
Olamide. If you've noticed, every wealthy person, every strong man, every boss,
Yeah.
go and check their family.
Okay.
Go and check their family. They never joke around with their family ever. Go and
Talking
check.
about
Go and check
families
men.
and talking about
Real
alpha
men.
males.
alpha males. Go and
Talking
check.
about family and alpha males, our final quick fire for tonight is a very interesting one. Of course, it's about the 44-year-old new president of Senegal, Bassirou
guy.
Diomaye
My guy.
Faye, who he is married to 2 wives.
Yes.
And
As an alpha male.
the interesting thing.
Wait,
is
wait,
that
wait.
He's married to 2 wives.
As an
Now, wait.
alpha male.
First of all, what caught my
I'm trying to
attention?
go
The
tonight.
person that caught my attention in the story is that he's 44.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's 44. Young guy.
44.
That's
Young
an alpha
president
male.
of a nation. At that age, it's a remarkable thing, especially in
Yeah.
Africa,
Yeah.
when some of our presidents are twice
Yeah.
that age.
And more remarkable is that he's married to 2 wives.
No, he's married
He's a
to 2
Muslim,
wives.
of course.
So
So you know,
allowed to.
see,
And
let
he
me be honest
showcased
with you
the 2
guys.
wives.
Guys, you guys are looking at it from that the natural perspective. I'm looking at it from another one.
Which is
My brother, Senegal has 2 first ladies.
yes.
What are you saying, man? They can handle other departments.
No, but so-
One will handle this department, this one will handle another one.
I think that we're so westernized
Come
now.
on, man.
that We're so westernized
That,
now.
I wanted to
We're
come
so
there.
westernized now that when we see things that are contemporary African, it now starts to look strange. A president, 44-year-old guy, has 2 wives. I know bus drivers in Lagos will get 3 wives.
Oh yeah,
now.
absolutely,
yes.
absolutely,
What are we
Yes.
talking about?
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, wait. Are we talking about this in terms of like a negative?
No,
No, not at all.
Because yeah,
I'm giving him respect because
yeah,
when you're talking
absolutely.
about alpha males,
Absolutely.
this is someone who is still very young
And let me make
and has
you laugh.
many
does he
years
take
ahead
care of
him.
those wives?
Of course he does.
To showcase the 2 of them
Yeah.
was
No,
a
but let
bold
me,
step.
Yes,
let me make
absolutely.
you laugh. If he releases form tomorrow for wife number 3 and 4,
16
He'll
will
be
People will queue.
they will
Over
come.
Queue.
Come now.
You know
He's
what?
But here's the
president
thing.
now.
But here's the thing. I just want to come in. Now, a lot of our leaders in this country, and like you said, we've been over-westernized to an
been
extent
over-westernized.
that the African culture is basically
I don't even
dying.
know why we talking
See,
like
a lot of
if
our
you get
leaders-
within I go talk now.
See,
Problem
a lot
with
of our,
you.
and
Gang.
I know this for a fact. I know a lot of our leaders in the National Assembly,
Yes.
some executives as well,
Yep.
even some former presidents
Absolutely.
that have had more than 1 wife.
Absolutely.
But it's never been our culture to showcase and say,
Yeah.
there's always been 1 first lady.
One first lady,
They've
yes.
never been 2.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So I
So
think
that's the
this, I think this
westernization that
is,
he's
I think
talking
this is
about.
Absolutely, I
very
agree.
bold. I think it's very
But
bold.
we're
And on
we're
that
talking
note,
about a president.
yes.
We have an artist in this Nigeria
but
that has
don't go there. Do
He
not
has-
go there.
No, doesn't
He
have
has
wives.
it.
Do not go there.
he has
But you know what? I'm going to have to end this now. You know what? Interesting stuff.
Stop. God.
All right, so we need to go on a quick break. But before we go on that break, it is the Black Table. The main topic tonight is about the battle of the generations. Is respect, something given or something earned? You can be a part of, the show. All you need to do is use the hashtag the Black Table on TVC, and go on our handles at TVC Entertainment _, and you can drop your comments, give a feedback on what we've talked about so far, and of course on the main topic. It's the Black Table. Don't go anywhere. Okay, welcome back. The few things were said while we were on the break, and these are things that should never come to light. The culprit is gang. He's the culprit. He's the culprit. And
What? It's what I do.
I can't un-ear what I've heard. Anyways, welcome back. It's still the Black Table, and it's time for us to talk about the main topic for today: battle of the generations. Is respect something you have a right to, or is it something earned? Now, there was a video that was put out on social media recently. It was really, really making the rounds, and different people had different opinions about it. And in this particular video, we had two sections. We had a section of really elderly people, and then the other section had younger people.
Right.
And while they were having discussions, there was just this clash of generations in terms of understanding things. And then it bettered this particular conversation. Is respect a right, or does it have to be earned? And there were some valid points, argued there. But I remember when I was a kid, I don't know if it's still happening in today's society. I learned most of the things I know morally while I was in primary school. Because we had this subject we used to take then called, I think, moral instructions. They tell you how to, greet elders, what to do when you see an elder coming, you pick up, a bag or whatever, just help out. And generally that created the foundation of where I am.
Moral etiquette.
Moral etiquette. Is that what they call it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So either ways, that was really, really a good foundation. I don't think it exists anymore. And then there were situations whereby your neighbors could actually educate you. Your older neighbors obviously could teach, guide you and all of that, but all of that isn't happening. And now there's just this separation, vast, divide between, the generations that are, coming up and the ones above. So do you guys think respect is something that is a right? Because you're older or you're more matured, I have to respect you.
So you see, the thing is this. I'm sorry, let me just take this quickly. So this is one of the major topics that really causes issues, especially in marriages. So, first and foremost, I like to look at it from the perspective of what type of relationship are you expecting respect to be, earned or deserved. All right? Now, in marriages, religiously, Bible will say that, women submit to your husband. A lot of people have argued the word submission in different ways, different versions, or different opinions, or what have you.
Once you argue, you don't understand.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Submission is totally different. When you submit to something, when you submit to someone, that comes with respect.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, as someone who is married, you are expecting that your spouse should submit to you. Now, in modern society, all right, and I'm not talking from the patriarchal ideology. I'm talking about the general knowledge.
Yeah.
Submission. When someone submits for marriage, when someone submits to you, it is expected of that woman to be respectful to her husband.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, there's nothing like earning or
Right.
or right.
But let's flip
You understand?
it. Let's
so
talk
flipping
about
it now
Yeah.
to to maybe singles and all of that.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just dating. All right. I think it should be earned.
Okay.
If I give myself to you, like you said, giving is not just from the lady.
Yeah.
It's also from the guy. So as a guy, if I give myself to you, I give my time to you, my energy to you, I give my knowledge to you,
Yeah.
I give my resources to you, I have earned respect from you to me.
Okay.
So
So
that's the
quick
way I
one,
look
quick
at it.
one. Let's
Yeah.
quickly flip it around and
Let
look
me-
at
let me-
the generation gap thing.
The generation gap. Now, okay, let me just say this. First and foremost, I feel based on how you were raised, I know how I was raised and how respectful I can be. And then I'm also married to a Yoruba woman, so that's another thing entirely. But I think it's both, it answers both questions. Is respect a right, or is it something that's earned? This is the point I want to come from, based on how I was raised. For me, there's a default setting. I have a default setting of respecting whoever. If I've not met you, I'm meeting you for the first time, I give you respect by default. Here's the funny thing, even if you're younger than me,
Yeah.
I respect you by default. You have that right there. Now, in terms of earning it, when you now do certain things that make me know that, oh, this person does not deserve my respect, that's when you now get disrespected. But then there's some people that you meet and you now be like, you can see that they're on a path that they behave in a certain way that they deserve your respect.
Okay.
They earn it. I might never have met you, but from a distance, I've heard of you.
Okay.
I've heard of your actions, I've heard of your
Okay.
deeds, and you have earned my respect based on what you have done. So it's kind of like both ways for me.
All right.
I have
Let's
this default
quickly
setting.
check this out. Default settings or not. Rich uncle, this person is someone who's done something that isn't worthy of your time or your input or whatever, and this person has done something very, very wrong. Let's say something even very bad. Would you still give that person that kind of respect, or the person would need to earn that respect?
In the African culture, respect is a giving. It's not earned. It's a giving.
So respect is a right.
It's a right in the African culture. And I feel like we've been over-westernized because, honestly, not just the way I was raised, Africans all over the continent. First of all, I'm a Yoruba boy. We refer to our elders as two persons. Not one person, no two.
That's true.
One. Number two, it takes an entire village raises a child in Africa.
Yeah.
The westernization thing has come to the point where people think that, or people feel, let me not say they think, people feel that I don't have to respect you, who are you? And to a very large extent, it is the reason why we have the society that we have today, right? First off, if you have to earn my respect, it's kind of funny. There's no way I'll talk to somebody that is older than me the way I'll talk to someone that is my mate. In Africa, your father is not your mate.
Yes.
Your mother is not your mate.
Yes.
Your senior brother is not your mate.
It's not. Yeah.
Your husband is not your mate.
Yeah.
Your in-laws are not your mate.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what has guided those societies for the longest of time. They didn't have to deal with all these things that we are dealing with now.
Yeah.
Right? So, perfect example. Yesterday, someone called me and was telling me about how, our kids go to the same school. She's a single mother. And she wants me to be picking her kid up in the morning since I'm going that way. We live on the same estate. And I'm like, okay, no problem. My son overheard the conversation and he said, so are we going to be picking him? I said, yes. And he was like, you need to tell Avisha. I'm like, Avisha is his sister. I'm like, why? I was like, you need to tell her now. I'm like, whose car is it? First off, it's my car. I'm the one driving.
Yeah.
It's your fuel.
It's
everything.
like, why
Exactly.
am I? And I was like, oh, but you need to tell her. And then I realized that I couldn't say that to my father.
Yes. Yes.
Like, first off, you don't even question his authority.
exactly.
You don't.
But it's different now.
It's very different now.
Yeah.
Now they have an opinion, which I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if it's good or bad because there are some conversations I have with my daughter, and sometimes I'm like, you know what, shut up, just do what I said.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why I have to explain myself to someone that I change their diapers. I understand that you can
Someone
be
you
wise.
pay the bills for.
I understand that you can be wise, it's fine, but like, don't argue. Just do what I told you.
You know, I can feel you because I remember I had this conversation with my daughter recently and I asked her to do something and then she was like,
Why?
Daddy, why?
Why?
And I'm like, okay, hold that thought. How old are you? She told me her age. I said, where do you live? She said, here. What rent do you pay? She smiled like, none. Do you pay for your school fees? She goes like, no.
Do what I said.
By the time I was done, she was just going to go do what I asked her to do because she just realized that, okay, you know what? I'm not in control.
I'm overstepping,
But
yeah.
just like what you said, I think because of how society has evolved and changed over time, we're seeing a crop of new, generation whereby they question things. It is not necessarily a bad thing for them to question because out of questions, they learn. However, I would think that there should be some sort of balance because as much as that respect was a thing back in the day whereby, you can't question your older ones, you do it, a lot of people got it wrong.
Let me, real quick, Olamide, there's something that both of you have said that I can relate to as well. Yeah. And these are your kids. Now, it's not as if, like, for example, your son isn't disrespecting you by saying you should ask the daughter.
So in a way, it's disrespectful. I'm
Wait,
going to be honest.
I know in a way, do you
In a way
understand?
it is.
Neither is your daughter, but here's the funny thing. If, for example, if I was the one picking them up to school, the relationship you have with your son is different. To an extent, he don't see you finish.
Oh, definitely.
But he knows he can't cross a certain line. But he has experienced his level of freedom that he can tell his dad, oh, ask my sister about this, because he feels like there's a level of...
Okay,
quick
one.
But at the end of the day, you know that because he's that young, he's your son. He owns what you own.
Yeah.
But quick one. Do you guys think this has to do with the level of exposure?
Oh, yes,
children
Yeah,
have
level of
today?
exposure. But then at the same now here's the funny thing. There was a point you were trying to make. If I see an elderly person that has committed certain atrocities, do you understand? That has done certain wrongdoing. There's one key thing Femi said, and it just stuck to my head. He said that if you have to earn my respect, is that really respect?
It's not really respect.
If you have to earn it.
It's not.
So here's the funny thing. Just out of the fact that you're a foolish old man or a foolish old person, out of the way I was raised, I don't want to disrespect you.
Exactly.
So I'll even try to
avoid the situation.
a situation where I even have to clash with you.
And then you do what is right. Yeah.
And then I do what is right.
Okay.
But even you, knowing that you've messed up to a certain point, if you cross my path and misbehave, you're asking for more.
Okay.
So for example, my children, at one point I realized that when they greet you in the morning, they just stand and greet you. So I'm like, okay, you people are Yoruba people. You, the girl, you have to kneel down.
Yes.
You, the boy, you have to prostrate. For the first 2 years, they thought it was punishment.
First 2 years.
For the first 2 years, they thought it was punishment. So now I don't even know if they still don't see it as punishment. But I think now they just do like, okay, this is what you want.
Yeah.
And then until one day that we went out together and we saw someone that was elderly. And I was going to greet the woman. And I prostrated. And the guy was like, wow. It was then that he saw that, oh, it's not like our daddy is punishing us. This is actually how
it should be done.
It should be done.
And that's the westernization you're talking about.
Because when
he never understood it.
He never understood it.
Yeah.
When we go into the car, it wasn't like, Daddy, why were you prostrated? I'm like, that's how we greet.
I'm so
Jack,
glad,
you want to say something?
I'm so glad
Yeah.
you said what you just said.
Yeah.
That's how
You
we
know
greet.
why? Because when you said earlier on that you don't have to explain to them, I was a bit icky about that, and I'll tell you why. The reason is because children need to learn. Now, the reason why the West is very, very particular about allowing them express themselves is because when they ask questions, they want to know, they want to learn. If you at the time had told them, or you had told your son or your daughter that the reason I'm asking you to kneel down and prostrate is because it is our culture, it's our tradition. This is how we greet people. This is how I will greet grandpa, or this is how I will greet anyone who is grandpa's age. They would understand that they were not being punished.
No, so the
You understand what I'm saying?
but the reason why I disagree with that is because they don't even see it anymore.
They don't see it.
It's not something they can pick from.
They don't see it anymore.
I was going to say something earlier on.
Hold on.
That
One day, my father-in-law came to the house with his friend.
Yeah.
And then he ran to hug his grandfather. Then he prostrated to greet the grandfather's friend. Even the man was shocked.
Like, oh, at
70-something-year-old
this
man.
age, yeah.
Let me give you a true story.
Yeah.
My traditional wedding. True story. My traditional wedding. My aunt that had been living in Atlanta, she was here for the wedding and everything. She came to me and said, I loved the wedding. I loved everything that was involved. The part that I really didn't appreciate was when you had to bow down to your in-laws or one or two things. She said, Tieng,
prostrate.
she was prostrate. She said that Tieng, we're Christians, we're children of God. You don't bow to anybody else except, I said, Auntie, chill. This is the tradition of the Yoruba people. It's called prostration. When I explained it to her, she was like, "Oh, really? She didn't know that." I said,
Exactly.
And when I explained
that's
it to her, she
communication.
understood.
Yes, you need to let people know.
You need to let people know.
How old is she?
She's in her 60s.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think
that's Western orientation.
Yes, there's been
See,
a
African culture is totally different from the Western orientation.
Yeah.
Now,
So that was the thing. So she didn't know.
We are seeming to imbibe the Western culture so much that it's beginning to suppress the African culture. All right, so that is why it is important, and I'm truly proud of you that you were able to, teach your children to do that. Because the truth is this, right? When they go outside and they go outside with their colleagues as well, and they do stuff like that, they will go back home and ask that, I saw my friend, bowing down like your auntie said. You understand? Bowing down to some. And of course, those people will sort of like, be like, okay, you know what? This person is doing this because of this. We need to take up the responsibility of passing on the knowledge that we have gotten from our parents to our.
Let me give you another example.
And you see, that's the reason why we're losing it.
I called my
Cultural
girls.
preservation.
I called my girls and I said, "What's my name?" They said they know your name, Tiang.
Yeah.
He said Tiang.
That's my name. That's my
I
first
know,
name.
I know.
So the last name, that's
the way they said, yeah.
So they were like, I said, "What's my name? Do you know my name?" He said, "Yes, now you're Tiang." I said, "Why don't you call me my name?" They're like, no. Then I said, no. They said, yeah, your daddy.
Because but naturally, they're not supposed to do that. Yeah.
For their cousins that grew abroad or something, they might feel as if I can just call you by your name.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, no, you don't do that. There's a reason why you call me daddy. There's a reason why till today, in my 40 years of living, I don't call my mother by her name.
You can't.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I'm so happy you said this thing. Let me tell you something that happened. I went to a school, very expensive school on the island. And I was supposed to teach these children about motorcycling, biking.
Yeah.
And why, biking is... Okay, so the school is... I don't want to call the name of the school, but the school is more geared into physical orientation. So they want to teach them about transportation. They take them to where the transportation is. So they want to teach them about sheep. They go there. Yeah. They want to teach them about commerce. They carry them there. You understand? So we came with the bikes to show the children this stuff, all right? Now, when I was addressing the kids, right? I was saying, so I was introducing my friends and I'm like, okay, say this is Uncle so-so, this is Auntie so-so, right? The teacher came to meet me and said to me that
we don't do that.
We don't do that here. That anybody called Uncle,
basis.
No. Anybody called Uncle and Auntie are usually family members.
Relatives, yeah.
That what we encourage here is Mr. and Miss.
Yeah.
So in that they have killed our culture in that place.
No, I don't
that
think
is
so.
it.
I don't
no,
think
no,
so.
no, as it is.
We can go on and on
I tell
about
you,
that. I don't think they've killed the culture
No,
because
nobody
you see,
have, though.
They have, because
let
as
me
it
tell
is
you guys,
in Nigeria,
it's not.
we are respecting Nigeria.
This will need to go back to much later because we need to take a quick break so that we can take comments from our viewers. But I'm just going to say this finally. There's so many things that we've also pulled into our culture that's evolved into what we call culture today.
True.
On that note, let's take a quick break. When we return, we'll be taking your comments from social media.
Deck, let me jump in real quick.
Which one is Uncle? See, Egbon.
Let me give you an example. My kids.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Black Table. Thank you for staying and watching, and thank you for all the comments that you've given to us. We're going to be taking some tweets from social media now, and hopefully this can help us solve and find answers to so many things. All right, the first tweet I have here says, okay, this is from @rollercoaster_dude. Okay, @rollercoaster_dude. It says, this one wants to put me to trouble. It says, Olamide is the only real one on our Black Table. Hey, God. Tonight, she rich uncle never date married woman before.
Never.
Only riches he gets.
I never.
Okay, disclaimer. It happened, it will never happen again.
Okay.
It was a mistake.
It was a
Youthful
mistake. I was
exuberance.
young. Thank you. All right, the second tweet here is from @the Rudite Thinker. He says, the lead presenter mentioned that he dated a married woman. Wow. And it turned out very dangerous for him. I'm interested in knowing the sort of dangers they encountered.
This week is your week. Olamide, this week is your week.
Okay, you know what? Send me a message privately and I'll tell you why you shouldn't date a married woman. It's a very dangerous encounter. Okay, the next one goes at Finkwa. Shebi, it's because the guy told her he won money in the first place. Yeah, the smell. Okay, this has to do with the story of the guy who won 5 million. And then, you know, people are talking about the fact that the girlfriend would have, you know, wanted more. The next tweet we have here is from at Dairy B. Real alpha males don't make noise. Women will naturally submit to them.
True.
Yeah.
True that.
Well, what women call submission is the guy must have money. Let's be honest, though.
It's all submission is submission.
No. So for them, it's money.
Well, I don't want to totally, lean towards that. But the next tweet here, interesting name here, at real_honeycomb. Says that the guy who sits at the bar behind is going off. Gang, that's you.
I'm going off.
Be sounding like there's something missing in his life. I think I know the problem. He misses Mazino.
What? Shots fired.
Where's my camera?
Yay!
Where's my camera? That's my camera. That's my camera. Calm down, guys. I will never miss my ex. I'll never miss my ex. My ex is ex. I'll never miss.
This person went there.
I'll never miss my ex.
We still have like 3 more comments to take before we go. Finally. So the next one says, this one's from Big Sam. He says, these women complain about the 100K thing. Should shut it. Why do these girls always feel so entitled?
No, spoil them
If
now.
I ever get to send you up to 100K, you must be
I just
ing my... I can't say this for good. You claim equal right for men and women, but don't want to pay the price. Feminists now, like, yes, I mean, too many very visual and...
Try and keep your messages.
Yes, I
media
can't use
friendly.
those words.
Yes.
Okay, then we have the next tweet here. It's from at Queen Lavish. Now, this goes like this. Please, I need you all to help clarify. Does being an alpha male have to do with sexual activities alone? I don't think there was any point
being
an alpha male has nothing to do with
there was
sex,
never a
sexual
point of
talk
time
about
we
that.
talked about
This one
that.
We didn't talk about that. Oh.
It has nothing to do with sex.
Finally, this comes from at Naysayer, and it goes like this. No matter how much woke we are in the society, respect will always be given.
God
If it
bless you.
means it will be gutted out of them.
God bless you,
That's
bro. God bless you.
really nice. Thank you all for sending in these messages. And of course, you can still send messages online, give your feedback on all the things we've talked about, you know, for you to be a part of all this conversation. But before I go, I just want to give a big shout out to the
No
man
Limit
who's been
Stitches.
putting, you know, this on me. No
Drip,
Limits
drip.
Stitches. Thank you very much. I think I look really fly. And that's because of you. Thank you, thank you. Before we go, we have a tradition that we do, and that's called...
The tip.
The tip.
And gang...
Not the shaft, the tip.
Just the tip.
Oh, you want the tip from me?
Gang, you're going to be taking the tip today.
I should be taking the tip or giving
And
the tip.
just the tip.
I ain't taking no tip. I
Just
give
the
tips.
tip.
I give tips. I don't take tips. I give tips.
Oh, this is your chance to fire back at that guy, though.
I fire back at that guy.
Yeah.
So I should fire back at him.
No, but you done that already, though.
Let
So
me be nice.
Okay.
So my tip is, some people come into your life and they leave your life. Everything happens for a reason. Be able to find that reason and don't let it slow you down to keep on moving. Don't emphasize on your exes because they're exes for a reason. There's a reason they're no longer in your life. And your life is supposed to continue going, to be better, to improve, to progress as they continue living their lives as well. That's my tip, man.
All right. I don't think anything
TN
can beat
gang.
what
Right
gang
there.
has
It
just
was
said.
enough, this clapping.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, that
enough.
was really
The
good.
banner of Agunge
Cheers
right
to you,
there.
gang.
You know, sometimes I make sense. Sometimes I make sense.
sense.
Sometimes.
I swear to God, if I didn't know you, I'll go down right down for
Yes.
I'm telling you.
One for the
Yeah.
books. One for the books.
All right,
Yes,
so it's
sir.
been a really beautiful Good Friday edition of the
Yes.
Black Table.
Happy Easter!
Thank you,
That's true.
thank
Happy
you,
Easter.
everyone.
Guys,
Thank
happy
you.
Easter.
Easter
Guys,
weekend.
happy birthday to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Come on, what are you
Facts,
talking about,
facts,
man?
Yes.
facts,
We
facts,
love
facts.
our President
Yes,
from the Black
we love
Table.
We
our
respect
president.
him regardless.
Absolutely.
All right.
Regardless of what has happened, we give him our respect.
Happy
What? I don't
birthday.
know what
I don't know
okay,
what you're
yeah.
talking
All right,
about.
on that note,
Happy birthday,
we would like
Mr.
to
President.
say good night to you all.
And happy Easter,
and see you
everyone.
next week.
Cheers, guys. Good morning.